Yeah, I still can't believe I wrote a movie. It's wild.
Was there something within like the character arc of this story that made it a movie as opposed to a TV series or limited series? Like, how do you think about the difference in the two these days?
I think you think about the legs of the idea. I think I knew that this was a story I wanted to tell. Oftentimes when you're developing, for TV, you'll have a premise and then you explore the premise and realize, oh, I don't know where this could go after episode 3. And so you stop or you recalibrate. You like figure out, okay, well, can this live as a movie? Oftentimes no, because it was intended as a TV show. This was always intended to be a singular story told, in 97 minutes.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I think in some cases, there was, yeah, you just tend to have an idea if you're thinking kind of thoughtfully about it. Um, TV, you really have to have that understanding that like, oh yeah, this could live for seasons and seasons and seasons and still be interesting. But it's tricky. There's been many times where I've sat down to write and get excited about episode 1 and then try to plot out the rest of the season and think, well, that was a great idea, and we are putting it on hold for now.
David, help me with the doors.
No, I can't. I just got out of the shower.
I need help with the doors.
No,
David,
oh my
help him
God.
with the doors.
You help him with the door.
No!
David, could you help me with the doors?
It's air drying.
Pick up a hammer and nail this coffin shut.
Anything change about your writing process that comes to like tactical advice while working on Schitt's Creek? Any the habits or the way you think about characters or scenes or anything like that?
I think um it was more writing a screenplay, I would say. I never thought I would write a screenplay. It was always too intimidating for me. Episodic TV I thought was easy. Not easy, but it was fun. It was like fun in a way that was different. The idea of sitting down and writing a screenplay felt really daunting. And yet I would ask like friends of mine who are screenwriters, and they would say the same thing about writing like 80 episodes of a TV show. So you're kind of at other opposite ends of this thing, fearing what each other do. And then you actually get into it. In the case of this movie, I knew that I wanted to tell the story, so I just had to start. I think the greatest advice that I would give to anyone who is kind of wanting to write or trying to write something new is don't let your ego stand in the way of involving friends or people you trust to read things, and don't let their feedback like be met with a lot of hesitation. Try to be as open as you possibly can. And that's a great exercise in terms of you being able as the writer to hear what people are thinking and then choose for yourself what means something to me and what am I willing to adjust for an audience. And it's tricky. It's really hard when you sit down and you're at your computer writing and writing and writing and writing, and you hand something to someone and they come back to you and say, well, like, I don't know, I didn't quite understand this section. It makes perfect sense to you, but maybe it doesn't to an audience. And that conversation is so valuable. When it came to the screenplay, I had a couple friends come in. I invited them over. We had lunch. I walked them through my beat board. They instantly said, "Oh, well, why don't you just put that scene over there and then swap that down there? And don't you think that would make a lot more sense?" And yeah, it made a ton of sense. And I've just been too in my own head, sitting in my office every day in, day out. So the openness to bring people in and realize that that's not a weakness, that's a strength to say, okay, I know what I want to make, and I'm going to turn to the people I trust and be open enough to listen to them and take that feedback.
Do I look older to you? I feel like I've aged a lot.
No.
Yes, your husband just died. You're allowed. My God.